That he's here. By the way, we started at 6:02.
6:01.
6:01 on the front.
Is it 6:01?
Yeah,
Okay.
5 minutes.
Okay. That's still 5:01. Get the angle shot. I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Commissioners Meetings Rules and Procedures. Let me pull it up and put it up on the screen. So,
Okay.
we're going to go back and make sure that we follow these rules during the meetings because we've had some issues, and these are commissioners meetings, and we do take public input, but we're going to make sure that we start following these rules again, and they're pretty clear. Yeah, public attendees are to address their input to the board, not other public attendees. Public attendees shall not have sidebar conversations during the meeting. Public attendees, commissioners shall be respectful to each other. If anyone fails to follow the procedures in a way that interrupts the meeting or prevents the board from conducting its business, they will be asked to leave. Public input at the discretion of the commissioners for each segment or topic will be allowed under the following conditions. If you would like to speak, raise your hand, and the first hand raised will be recognized by the board. When you are recognized, state your name for the record. You will have 3 minutes to address the board with your thoughts. Additional public members will be allowed to speak using the same process. After all public members have spoken on the topic, if a previous speaker would like to be heard again, they would be allowed additional 2 minutes. Any questions on that? Okay. All right, we're going to go on to, I've got a public hearing on the meeting, but we're not going to do that because we're going to wait until we get, we've got other FEMA money coming in, and we'll just accept them. This one was for $5,270, I think it was. So we're going to hold off on that and do them all together.
Need approval of minutes.
Do you want to do this for me?
Oh, sorry. You change it?
Yeah, no, I said the
Got
public
the wrong
hearing.
one, okay.
You get the wrong. That's what you told me not to give you one. Approval of minutes for the commissioners meeting from February 12th, 2024.
I move to approve.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approval of manifest from February 12th, 2024 to March 12th, 2024.
I move to approve.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? No discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Reviewed district financial reports and water collection report. The water collection report is not in there. And on the water, the water fund page, this year's budget hasn't been put in there yet, but it shows what we've spent so far. And it's shown as a negative number because we haven't got that in there, but that just shows what we have spent. But it is for the general ops, it's all in there.
I don't have any questions on that budget.
Happy to go.
Eric?
Good.
Anybody from the public? Anybody on Zoom? Stop sharing that.
Okay.
Okay. The plan to review the outsourcing of the payroll to ADP. You guys had a chance to look at that.
Yeah.
I think on its face, it looks like it's a lot of money, but when you look at all the reports and things that are required throughout the year that they'll take care of. They'll also do automatic direct deposits and things like that. To me, it looks like a good program.
Yeah, it looks like a cost savings thing when you factor in whoever else we'd be paying to do those reports and everything.
Yeah.
What was Amy's input on that? We have any?
She's the one to chase
Okay, I
it
mean,
down,
she-
yeah.
she- okay,
She agreed with it, yeah. She's worked with ADP for, with other companies that she deals with, and she said that they're really good at what they do.
Okay,
So I make a motion that we will go with ADP for the, in outsourcing our payroll obligations,
I'll make that motion.
okay?
I'll second that.
You seconded it?
I did.
You did, okay. Any discussion?
Is that paid out monthly or is that an annual fee?
It's a
Okay.
monthly thing. Yeah, it's bi-weekly, but it's about
Okay.
monthly that they bill on that, so.
No, I don't have any questions.
All right, the motion, with no discussion, all in favor for the motion?
Aye.
Motion passes. I did say aye, okay. Review Monteau, update, review agreement. That on the screen, thank you. There's the agreement on there for you on Zoom, so you can see it. And it is in the packets. Any thoughts from the board on this? And this has, I did run this through our attorney, and she gave us a bunch of input that I inputted into the contract. I haven't shared it with the folks from ESD yet, but
Well, there's a lot of questions to be answered on this one, and I don't think we're ready to go make any agreement yet with them until we get some clarification on some things.
what do you need clarification on?
Well, basically on input from Eastern states as to what are the events that they've run, what's the average attendance, number of people, given the size and space, do they have a cutoff of the number of people they put on, will accept to come to the races? What do they do about how many porta potties? There's a lot of stuff that they would probably give us input on because they do this all the time.
And this is a lot of stuff that Dave has looked into, and Dave, you get your hand up.
I just wanted to say, we talked about all of this at the original, meeting, and we discussed it. They have 150 for the bikers
Mhm.
to utilize for the downhill portion of the race. So that's where they max out, is at 150 riders. He said they generally have between 100 and that 150, but more in this area, it'd be like in that 100 to 125 kind of ballpark. When you get down to Connecticut to some of the more well-established races, they max out. They turn people away. Porta potties. The guys down at Arrowhead said that they put 4 porta potties on site, and that's the other one that's a similar type of a venue to Monteau. And they said they've never had any issues. So we talked about all of that at a previous meeting. So I apologize. I don't have all those.
No, that's okay. I mean,
It's right in front of me, but we had talked about it already. So I thought that was all.
Yeah.
Okay.
do they think, if I could just ask a question, do they think that, or is it your opinion that they maybe have 125 riders at a location this far north?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I spoke with Elmer George, he had said for the first one he's not anticipating that many, but he said there could be up to that amount.
Sure.
Okay. Anything else,
No, thanks.
Mary?
I agree with all the questions that Mark asked, and I think it would be helpful to have some of that laid out in the contract, for sure, rather than, saying that we have these agreements with them, but not having it anywhere in writing. I haven't had a time to judge. It would have been great if we could have seen this before the meeting, to have a minute to really read it and speak to it. But I think I agree with Mark that there are definitely further things that need to be incorporated into this contract.
Anybody else?
Yes, I have a question.
I got Mike on here first.
I'd like to ask Eric this question, and I think I asked him the same question a month ago. I know how you other two feel about it. But Eric, how do you feel about having a public meeting to specifically go over this agreement with this company? Are you for having a public meeting, or are you against it?
I suppose to do a public meeting just with this one company for a weekend rental? Is that what you're asking?
Well, I think before any of this is signed, I think this should go before the public and have a public hearing on it. And that way the public has some kind of voice. I know the decision's already been made, but.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, my personal opinion on this specific matter, just looking at it, is it looks like it's about $30 a head. If it's 100 people, that's about a $3,000 income off the top. So if we're just talking about numbers to look at, it looks pretty appetizing given our budget for the whole year of revenue is about 3,500. So
Mike, if you could just answer his question, because we're going to get into that stuff more.
yeah, no, I'm just answering the way I would, which is I believe that under the way Mountain Lakes is set up, that the commissioners can, lease out this mountain as we look into it. I wouldn't see a specific need to do another meeting. It sounds like I got here late, so I feel like I've stepped in to multiple meetings and discussions already on this. So I don't really want to be the deciding factor if we should have another separate meeting on this, to be honest.
We're not going to, it should be joint.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We already agreed that we didn't believe that we should have a public meeting for this. And our goal as commissioners is to enhance this place the best that we can. And when you look at Monteau, that's a diamond in the rough. And I've seen it when it was fully operational, and it's just a fantastic place. And the only way that we're going to get it back to some semblance of that is to create some events there. And these events, this one from a cost perspective, it's not going to cost us any money. It's going to be a revenue maker. And I know the recreation department is already. I'm talking, Mary, so just keep your hand down and we'll get to you. There's somebody else waiting
I'm
too.
just following the rules. Jumping around up.
So this is something, if we ever want to do something with Monteau, we've got to have some activities over there and get it known. And it's something that I think it's a great idea. And I think that I understand, Mark, your questions. I'm not convinced that all this stuff has to be in a contract. And I think that what we need to do and what we talked about doing is once we get the contract, we'll take a look at it and say, okay, does this make sense from a financial standpoint? And then if it does, then we go further and then form a committee to take a look at it and figure out all the things. I know Dave has spent a lot of time figuring out a lot of things, and he's worked with these guys. And it's something that this is huge for the district. And we have some naysayers, but again, I go back to the survey, and most people want to see something happen with Monteau, and that's what's driving us.
Randy didn't get a chance to do his, and then Tom Mangles also had his hand raised.
All right, Randy, go ahead.
I was curious about the extent of the use of the inside facilities. How have we established that grounds?
We haven't. That'd be part of a committee's thing to do, Randy. Take a look at that and see what, the bathrooms would certainly be open, I would assume, but I think that's up to a committee to take a look at that and put the whole thing together and see what we need to do about it. Tom Mangles.
Oh, you're muted, Tom.
Thank you. Has anyone spoken with Primex yet?
No,
No, you need to pass whatever contracts you've got by them before you agree to it.
that's not accurate, but it's something, as we get closer, we'll certainly let Primex know what we're doing.
10 years experience dealing with outside contractors on public property. It's a requirement.
Okay. They're providing the insurance for this event, and you've got 4 million and 7 million in coverage for the 2-day event. So it's not going to be an issue with Primex, and it's something we would always let them know about something like this. But we got to figure out if we're going to do it first, Tom.
Yeah, just have to make sure that they review the contract before you sign it. They might have some recommendations that you'd find useful.
That's what we've got an attorney for. But I hear you, Tom, and we'll go with them. Mary, go ahead.
You mentioned cost benefit for this event. I'd like to see the cost benefit analysis for it. When my son was the co-chair on the original effort to revitalize Montauk, you required a detailed cost benefit analysis when it wasn't even time to be able to provide it at that time. So you say that you've done the cost benefit. You said that. Have you done a cost benefit analysis that we can look at?
This is a decision that's going to be made by the commissioners, and the commissioners are looking at the numbers, and I'm not going to come out and give a cost analysis until we figure out we're going to do it, and that's what we would have a committee for to figure. On its face, I've done a cost analysis. I know Eric has done one, and it's a good decision to do it.
So we're just supposed to trust you on that.
Okay. Anything else?
It will just be another 91A request after you've got these documents. I'll just ask to see them.
No, I fully expect that from you, Mary. Dave, what do you got?
Just to answer, somebody asked a question about utilizing the inside space. When I talked to George initially about it, he said that they typically don't use any of the inside space.
Okay.
So like you said, if we can have a committee and we can make those kind of decisions and decide what we want to make available, but typically for them, at most of the places that they go to, their porta potties are outside. They want access to water so that they can wash their bikes.
Yeah.
And that's it. Electricity.
Okay.
That's the other thing, and that's on the list there.
Okay. Ed, go ahead.
Bob, you said that you spoke to the attorney. Can you share her thoughts on it?
It's all in the,
Oh, okay,
I incorporated it all in the agreement.
okay.
Theirs was really a simple boilerplate thing, and we talked about, I had added some things to it, and then I sent it to her, and then she added a bunch more.
Okay.
Can you make that available online for us to be able to see?
I can. Yep.
Thank you.
Anybody else? I'm going to make a motion that we move forward with this and set up a committee. And I would ask Eric if he would take the ex officio responsibility for that. And just get, and then it'd be your responsibility to get committee members. You put a message out there asking for committee members, and then just take it from there. And there's a lot of, you take the contract, and Dave's got a lot of information, and just go from there and have the committee take a look at it and
Figure it out. Do you want to set a deadline to that?
deadline.
Well, a time frame for them to be done, to have an answer, what these guys may want from us.
I think the committee's got to get together, and they're going to take a look at what they got to do, and then come back with us and let us know how long it's going to take. And I don't think it's going to take a tremendous amount of time to.
I'll second that motion to form a committee headed by Eric.
Any more discussion?
Yes. I completely agree with what Mark just said. It would be very helpful to have a target date by which this committee can march towards.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Future 91A requests. Share that. Hmm. In the future, this is going to be the process for getting information from the district. We've got a lot of requests recently, and we've got to set up a process for this to make it easier for us to follow it. And when these come in, they're going to be assigned to a commissioner, and that commissioner will be responsible. He may have other people help out with it, but one commissioner will be responsible for the 91A request. And we've got some that are just taking an absolutely ridiculous amount of time. Mark and Robert spent 42 hours, I think it was, and I probably have about 12 hours in one request because somebody wanted to go back and get non-public records for the last 40 years. And we've asked that person if they had anything specific that they wanted, and they said, nope, just want it all. And that is just absolutely, it's absolutely trying to waste the time of the district, and that really bothers me. Mike, you have something to say?
What did you say, how many years back?
40 years.
I only asked for 10 years.
No,
I didn't say anything about 40
You
years.
said everything beyond the 10 years is how you said it.
So this form, I believe this form needs to be redone. Because you guys are not town officials. And it's not a town official fulfilling the right to know request. So you guys aren't town officials.
Oh, yes, we are.
You are.
We're district officials,
Maybe this should say.
which we have the same authority and rights as a select board, so,
Of course.
yes.
Yeah.
what else?
But that's going to be the thing, and Eric, I'd ask you to put that on
Website?
the website on the front page so that people can, if they've got a request, they can do that and get it in, okay? And while I'm at it, I want to just mention that the new site is up, and Eric did a great job working with a outside contractor to get the site up, and I think it's much more user friendly. And take a look at it, and if you see any issues with it, let us know. There's a comment section on there, right?
Yep.
Because we know we're going through, and I know some of the dates are off and stuff like that. But if you just take a look at it, and nice job to Eric and the guy that he was working with. They did a great job with it. So thank you, Eric. Eric.
Mike Bonanno was absolutely right. This should not say town official. It should say.
Okay, we're on to something else now. So thank you.
We moved on to something else.
I just did.
Ed?
I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay, come back to it.
The annual meeting reminder, March 23rd, 2024. Regarding?
Regarding the rules of conduct. I honestly believe that we're not treating Mary with respect. And that's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Thanks for your input.
Oh, you're very well.
The annual meeting reminder, March 23rd, 2024, at 10:30 a.m. at the District Lodge. Hope everybody can attend that. Let's talk about the treasurer's responsibilities. I know it came up in the last meeting that Amy thought that the treasurer should be here at the commissioners' meetings, and I'm not quite sure not sure if we need that, but if we do need that, then we really got to take a look at the compensation thing, because we asked him to be the treasurer. We gave him a certain set of guidelines, and showing up to commissioners' meetings was certainly not in those guidelines. So any thoughts on that?
I agree. I feel like when we pitched it to him, we said one thing. So if Amy has a reason to do that, we could talk to her and understand it.
Mhm.
But if it's just because it's her opinion or something, then, maybe we just stay with what we've been doing. I don't think it has much.
And I think it's going to get in, we talked about when we get down to manifests and timing on the manifests and stuff, because I don't see the need of him being at the meetings. And I'm not sure where she was coming from. Unfortunately or fortunately for her, she's in Europe now. So
I think also maybe when we have like an administrator here, that would take the pressure off Amy
yeah,
for those reports.
exactly. Yeah.
I think ADP commitment would
Yeah,
help.
too.
That's gonna help
Probably
too.
give her a lot.
Exactly,
Give him a lot.
yeah.
Once again, if there's a specific reason or set of reasons Amy would like to have somebody here, the treasurer here on specific times, I think we need more clarification from her when she's back.
Yeah.
All
All right. So I will talk with her about that and see what,
Okay.
because I think, again, we'll get into Mary.
I absolutely think the treasurer should be at these meetings, because unless I heard Amy incorrectly in the last meeting, she said that you were signing checks that you shouldn't be signing moving forward, that the treasurer should. So I think it's important. Did she?
That wasn't
never
said,
happened.
because nobody signs checks that
Yeah.
isn't authorized to sign checks.
I think I was sworn I heard
No,
that.
you're wrong.
That never
You
happened.
did not say that.
That's fine.
Manifests and timing. And that's where some of the confusion has come in, because we were always on a 2-week cycle. And then Amy had come in at her different cycles, and she'd see something had to be paid, and then she'd be requesting us to come in and pay it. And that's something I've got to talk with her about, and really just set that we're on a 2-week cycle, period. And if something isn't in that Friday before that manifest is done on that Monday, then it goes to the next week. And there's not going to be anyone that we're going to be over 30 days for, the way that comes in the way we would do it. And that's why we've done it like that in the past. And I think that's going to clear up a lot of the confusion. Any thoughts on that?
The only thing I'll say is when I was treasurer with Christie being here, there was 2 very clean folders.
Yeah. We got to get back to
We got to
that.
get back to that. Yeah, really.
Yeah, it's not, yeah.
Yeah, I think there were just a lot of overlapping things when Amy came on board that she was trying to get done
Yeah.
rapidly and didn't really understand when we were available, et cetera, et cetera. So timing's everything. I think it's a learning process for all of us.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think she understands that now. Is the 2-week thing? She's pretty clear on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think she is, yeah.
And yeah, and I think that's gonna help quite a bit. So,
Okay.
lodge rental agreement, you guys got that information, right?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna make a motion that we go ahead and go forward with the lodge agreement with Trevor Cohen.
Yes, it looks like it's fine. I don't see any issues with it. I thought it'd be a tighter window than 8 to 3, but whatever. Did they give you an indication of what time of the day they really want that thing?
Yeah, it was, he said, from 10:30 to 2:30, he said by 2:30.
Oh, would it be that long, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought maybe we'd have availability in the afternoon if somebody needed to lodge it, but that's fine.
but he did, and if somebody wanted to lodge in the evening, we would certainly have the capability
Okay,
to
yeah,
do that, and I did run that. by
And if something takes precedence, right, you would be willing to forego a week or something?
Yes, if we get a 3-day rental, all we got to do is let him know in advance, and he will, and that's all spelled out.
Yep, so that's good, yeah, it's all fine. I agree.
That's good, and that's going to help with the lodge costs, so that's a good thing.
We'll sign this before we leave tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Got, is that a clean copy?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, that's good, yeah.
Except the phone numbers aren't there. Phone numbers are cut.
Oh, how did you, yeah, no, I've got a better copy.
Okay, fine. Okay.
What else we got? Lost my agenda.
Use mine? It's wrong.
Inaccurate. So moving on, Town of Havel, it's got a thing, there was a request or a petition warrant article that that went out, and they got enough signatures on it. And what they want to do is create a official budget committee. And what that means to the districts is that the town would actually be doing our budgets at that time. And I, for the life of me, I can't understand why that would be, but that's state law, and it's just like our water is an enterprise business. With the we would know what we need to do with that, but we will have input if they do go with that. But I wanted to get it out there, and you people have it and read it. I think the impact on the district is going to be a negative one, because I don't think the town understands our budget process as well as we do. We'll get the input, and I think ultimately we would have the ability to increase it by 10%. I think it is the numbers, but I would encourage anybody else got any thoughts on this before?
It seems like we control our fate better when we budget for ourselves.
Yeah.
So how do we prevent that from?
The way to prevent it, Mark, you any thoughts?
My real question is, if this gets passed at town meeting this weekend, does that automatically nullify our budgeting process here?
No, it wouldn't go into effect till next year.
But at that point, we'd have to basically sit in Haverhill with all the other commissioners and work on a budget. Do you understand that?
I don't understand exactly how they would run it, but again, they would have an official budget committee. It's not right now. They have, like we do, an unofficial budget committee, and they would have an official that has all the powers to take care of everybody's budget. And
I don't see how that's beneficial to any of the districts,
I don't.
but whatever. That's just my input.
So what I'd encourage you to do is go to the town meeting and vote against this, because it is going to have a really, it's going to make our life more difficult.
You know which article that is?
Yeah, it's, I don't have the article number on
Wasn't
here.
listed on here, no.
No.
This apparently was, all right.
I will get that and get it out. Yeah. Mary?
I agree, it would make things more difficult at the town level.
Yeah, I can't see why they want to take this on, but whatever. Okay.
Get out and vote.
Yeah.
It'll only keep you there for 4 hours. Ed, go ahead.
Do we know how this idea came about?
It was a petition warrant article that, and I got it, there was probably,
There's 37 voters requested it?
but there was more than that.
More than-
That's
okay.
just one sheet, and I
Okay.
had like 3 sheets. I think there was about 60-something people that signed it.
Okay.
Dave, did you hear how many people signed that?
No, I didn't.
Bill's got his hand up.
Bill, go ahead.
Question, you were just talking about budgets. Is it because we are a district, or does this mean the town will also do budgets for the other precincts?
They will do budgets for the precincts, village districts, whatever you want to call them. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
No, it's not that the town, it's a budget committee that would be formed, that would be doing all of our budgets, the town department budgets, the district budgets, all, it wouldn't be like town administration doing that, it would be this new
I
budget.
know, I realize, hey, that's what it's going to be a budget, an official budget committee where they've got an unofficial budget committee now, so.
Okay. So show up and vote.
Yes. Anything else on that one?
No.
Maintenance update. I do not have an update. John has been he was on vacation for a week and he's been out with a bad back for a week now. And today was his first day back in partially. So, but does anybody have any specific questions on maintenance?
No leaks.
You didn't just say that, did
Yeah,
you?
this is 3
Did you hear him say that?
That's more copies.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, water committee update. Oh, I'm sorry.
Johansson. Well, I know we can't do it right now, but I was hoping that the tennis courts would be up and running towards the end of April. Put the nets up, even if they haven't been prepared yet.
We were gonna, I think we were gonna repaint them, weren't we? Repaint.
Not this year, we haven't.
Okay, but we're gonna put-
Because they're actually in pretty good shape by now, aren't they?
It was not bad, but we were gonna put pickleball lines in.
Pickleball, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Let
Whatever.
me talk with John about that. I know he has reached out to some people about getting done, and I will,
Okay.
I'll reach out and, yeah, because you're gonna do the pickleball on one and then the
Yeah.
regular tennis.
The lines
court
are
on
actually
the
in pretty
other.
good shape.
Yeah.
And the surface as well.
Thank you, Linda. I'll check on that. Anybody else on maintenance? All right, water. Ed, you're up.
Okay, the water committee met on March 7th. We called the meeting to order at 8:05. The roll call, I was there. Mark Johansson, the commissioner, was there. We did not have a quorum, so there was no business discussed or no decisions made. The guests were Bob Long, Commissioner, Courtney Lance, Alan Earthman, who is a prospective committee member, and Pierre Desjardins, an interested resident. And on Zoom, Eric Cassidy zoomed in. Since we didn't have a quorum, there were no decisions and no actions taken. All of the February meeting minutes were tabled until the next meeting. The total monthly usage up to the chambers was 1,143,372 gallons. That was caused by the major leak that we suffered. It was 3 leaks.
3 leaks, yeah.
3 leaks, but the one was over.
Yeah, that one really cost us a lot because that was 5 days and that was probably running about 50,000 gallons a day.
So the usage was from the infiltration well, 582,618 gallons. From the Woodsville Water and Light, 497,880 gallons. And from the Bedrock well, 84,769 gallons. I did not have a breakdown of the percentages for this time because John was not available. Highest usage was 76,500 gallons. Lowest usage was 21,183. Average usage was 48,841. The system could account for 98.12% of the water used. The differential was 1.88%. Alan Heathman, who introduced himself and described that he and his wife are now full-time residents of the community and wanted to get involved with the water committee. The committee will make a recommendation to the commissioners to appoint Alan as a committee member. The next meeting is scheduled for April 4th, 2024. Since there was no business discussed, the meeting was adjourned to 8:40. Any questions?
Do you want to talk about this?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I know that in the past, we had talked about the experience of the meters, and John had put together a report for, I thought there were 10 meters, there were 9 in 9 houses. The usage or the range on 1 meter was from 2017 to 2023. Days survey was 2,030 days. the average usage was 5.97 gallons. The second one,
How much was it? Average usage?
right, because they're non-residents,
The Dunster?
the dumpster.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about ones, oh, I thought you were talking average of everybody. Okay,
No, no,
no, sorry.
I don't need to go through every one of them, Matt. You just.
Yeah, no, you know,
All right, so the total was 479.85 gallons. The average was 53.32 gallons
Per day.
per household per day.
And I still don't know how Christie was putting on 101 gallons a day, but. A week. Okay, and Randy, you were looking for those numbers, so we'll get them up on the website.
Yeah, and can I make one more comment if I could? Some of these leaks that we're experiencing, I'm sure you're recording them somewhere and you're calculating the loss of gallons on a yearly basis that we might have from leaks, because I think that can help us a long way in when we apply for grants and things of that nature, to let people know what kind of losses we're experiencing, which is pretty significant.
Randy, the only significant loss was that one particular leak. The others are not that significant.
because they're found quick and they're fixed relatively properly.
At the end of the year, they all add up, and they're a pretty substantial number that could help us.
Okay.
Well, didn't John say that with our loss rate of less than 2%, we're actually a very tight system? The average state is 11%.
What he's talking about, difference between meters on that.
Oh, I know, I understand. Yeah, sure.
Not,
But in terms of the overall, usage in
Because what
loss.
we look at is what goes
Up.
into the holding tank, and then what goes up to the chambers. So, and that's what he's talking about, the differential between that. And some systems are up to, they say an acceptable level is up to 15%, and ours is under 2% typically. So that's a good thing.
Any other questions?
Did you, we talked about making Alan Heathman a,
Yes, he was
Member.
going to, we make, as I mentioned, we are making that recommendation to the commissioners.
I'm going to make a motion to make Alan Heathman a regular member of the Water Committee.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.
We'll sign him in at the next meeting,
Or at the annual meeting.
or the annual meeting, sure, he's there. Thanks, Ed.
Planning Board update.
Hold on a sec.
Oh,
No, they already signed them in, so that's good. I was just gonna make a comment that I've known Alan Heathman for a lot of years. He used to live over in Newbury before he moved over here to the district, and he's a super good guy, and I think
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah. I didn't know you
he'll
know.
be a great addition for the water committee. Please.
Good.
Thank you, everyone.
Planning Board.
Oh, planning board.
Put glasses out.
I was impressed that we've had so many garages go in the last year. I think it was all the
He said,
No, the projects were 11 projects altogether. That's 9 homes, garages, and sheds, and
We've had a rash of sheds and garages. That would be something. We said, right now we have like 4 homes in process. Is that right? 4 homes, garage, 4 sheds.
Let me think on that for a second.
This is as of February 15th, when we were reviewing.
Let's see, homes. As far as 2 of the homes, 2 of them just needed the staining or clear coating. They're in. Everything's all done except for that.
So we're just waiting to close out on 2.
So we're actually waiting 3. I'm waiting to close, 3. Waiting for the response from the owners on another one to see if they have enough exterior thing to do on their basement. Other than that, then I will be able to close them out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, because one, the foundation's in, but 5 homes. 5 homes, 1 deck extension. 1, 2.
Meeting adjourned.
6 homes. I take that back. 6 homes, 1 deck extension, an extension off of an existing shed. And let's see, 1, 2, let's see, one garage, 2 sheds. Sounds about right, what we have right now.
Yeah,
What do we have for new houses? I know that one just came in yesterday, and I know that
But I do not have the,
yeah, if they have driveway permits, we just,
well, we have the driveway.
I'm just trying to get a feel for people to know what's
We
coming.
have one coming up on the agenda for this month, and that's a deck extension on Lakeside Drive.
Right, and I'm asking about new homes.
New homes will not be until April, because I'm still waiting on septic designs, and that would be 1, 2.
We just got one
Possibly 3.
yesterday for a new one.
Right, but I
Centipede.
do not have, the packet's not complete, but
Okay.
yes, we got that one.
Yeah.
We have one on Lakeside, so Centipede Circle, Lakeside. It's a garage on Westview, that's one. So it's just, no, it's 2 homes for now. I'm still waiting on stuff for Kinsman Road as well.
Okay.
Putting the boulders together as the paperwork comes in.
and as of last meeting, we had 4 closeouts.
No, I haven't had any closeouts since last year.
Okay.
Yeah, last year when I gave him the totals for the annual meeting, I haven't closed anything out since last summer. Because then fall hit, rain, and then winter, so yeah.
I don't, it looks to me, from what I'm seeing going on around, it looks like it's gonna be a busy year again. So,
It's
Yeah.
definitely gonna be busy. I'm getting building permits from Marco Worth from the town.
yeah, okay,
But it's quiet now and we're like that.
okay. Any questions for the planning board?
No.
Oh, I did get that information on the, I don't know if you wanna know about now, the minimum square footage. Nothing has ever been submitted for anything less, and nothing's ever gone to
On
the
the,
ZBA.
okay. all
For
right,
anything on the minimum of less than 500 square feet.
yeah. We do have and I just want an update on, we have an individual that built a shed on a lot and started putting all kinds of stuff on the lot. And the planning board brought it to the commissioners, and we brought it to our attorney, and the attorney is working through that. Courtney and I went to court and with the attorney, and the person showed up and didn't have an appearance ticket, and there was all kinds of, but there was just a judgment against him. John, you may not be aware of that, but there was just a judgment that was put against him to cease and desist and to remove all the stuff that's on there. And he's got 30 days from last week to get that.
Almost
get that
2
completed.
weeks. I think it's almost 2
Is
weeks.
it? Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
But,
Where's that at?
It's over on Car Road.
Car Road.
Car Road?
Car Road, yeah. And this is the type of thing that we've got to do because, there's a lot of places that don't. I think if people realize that we're going to get serious about this stuff, then they're going to start cleaning this stuff up. So good job with that, guys. All right, anything else on planning board? Okay. Rec committee. Linda.
No, it's Courtney now.
It's me now. They're my backup.
That's that.
'Cause I haven't had-
Sorry about that, Courtney.
That's okay.
You volunteered.
Look down, let's put it that way. We had a good, decent turnout at the meeting. Linda was there, Linda Johansson, Dottie Long, Karen Cox, Eric Cassidy, and we had Jill Hill, who, her and her husband are from Massachusetts. They live on Rogers Road, and they are up here full-time. They just moved up here full-time last year. Went ahead and, like I said, this is all, I don't have to give the stuff. We discussed the fishing derby, which we're gonna hold on July 5th. So that way we have a pretty good turnout because it's vacation, vacation for a lot of people, which we have, a lot of kids in the vicinity. We discussed the prizes and possibly looking into T-shirts. Mike Bukowski looked online and kind of came up with a design for the kids on a T-shirt that would have a bass, and it would say 2024 Mountain Lakes Fishing Derby on it. So we're looking into those to get for the kids, and also hopefully we'll get it put on the website a month or two early, so that way we can kind of let people know that we're going to be having the fishing derby. So that way people that are going to be up here for the 4th of July week would, love to get their kids down here and come have some fun. The rec committee went ahead and made a motion by Linda and seconded by Karen Cox for $150 for Mike Bukowski to use for the prizes and stuff and everything for the fishing derby. So that is, again, on July 5th, which is a Friday. Karen Cox has been looking into the archery tag that we have been discussing, which is something that's been, seems to be pretty fun. The gentleman owns the business in Haverhill, in North Haverhill, right? Karen, it's North Haverhill?
Bradford, I believe.
Oh, Bradford.
Yeah.
My bad. In Bradford. And so we have been discussing getting something going on July, around the last weekend of July 27th. They also do miniature golf, archery tag, which is also not only fun for kids, but for adults as well. Karen participated in it and said it was a blast for all the adults that had a good time with it. So she is in the process of looking into that. We're looking into also doing maybe something with it, like wiffle ball. So we hold everything over at the lodge, open area, open yard over there, because we need no space on the ground to set up for the archery. But we'd also maybe put wiffle ball together or another sport. So then that way there's a couple of different things going on. We also discussed on possibly a couple of food vendors coming in, which of course we have people that, live here in Mountain Lakes, but, look into possibly getting a couple of food vendors to provide, food and whatnot. Eric brought it up, and so we're still discussing it because it's still a few months off. So, but we'll give more updates as we go along. Anything else from Karen, Dottie, or Linda?
Yeah, the April prenup. Oh, birthday.
Oh, yes, April 20th, which is the annual cleanup day for Mountain Lakes. You can come and we provide the blue bags here at the office, so you can come grab some anytime. Or you can reach me, Dottie or Linda, and see about getting some blue bags. And we all meet here at the office at 10 a.m. We kind of just talk about where we all would like to go, or where somebody's going to say, hey, I'll do this road, or I'll do this road. And then once you're done with your road, if you want to do more, that's great. You just bring your blue bags of garbage back here, and you can leave them here at the district office, and either Bob Long or Mark Johansson picks them up and they go ahead and dispose of them. We also provide picker-uppers.
Yep.
Ground stabbers. Ground stabbers to help out with the garbage cleanup as well, and gloves. So please come out and come help us. Yes, Donna.
Is that mainly trash pickup that you're?
It is. We, like last year, my husband and I and our son, we all walked down from Valley Road, beginning at Valley Road. We did all of French Pond, all the way down to Pawtuckaway. And then we came up through here. Somebody went ahead and started here, and he walked all the way around the dam and came up Lakeside and then came back here to the district office. Some people did Vernon, Some people did other roads on the other side. So, and it's just, it's all garbage that's along the roads.
Then to further this, and that's would be all in one day, is there any kind of day scheduled for, I think I call it trail cleanup or trail revamping, anything like that? I know John's been out with his chainsaw clearing away some trees.
I would talk to Ken Hurd on that because Ken helps out a lot with the ATV trails around here or other trail, he kind of has looked into that. I probably would discuss with him as far as, I always know he needs help, cleaning up some of those ATV trails and stuff like that. So I know he's done that.
I'm talking about just walking trails, something, not necessarily.
Well, that's something we've done in the past, and that goes way back to, what's his name?
Bruce.
Bruce, yeah,
There.
cleaning out all the trails over by Monteau there and clearing them. And I've been down there, and Dave's coordinated a couple of times with that. And it's, yeah, those trails are in tough shape now.
They have taken a beating with the weather
Yes.
we've had. this
Yeah.
winter.
Yeah, so.
So it's a good idea to maybe
Try to put
figure something out.
on
Go ahead,
the-
Dave.
Try to get some volunteer work.
Yeah. There you go. That's something that I see as it's a necessity for this year. I mean, with the mountain bike race, there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be mountain biking and wanting to utilize those trails.
Sure.
So I think having that space at the lower part, all those trails are there, they just need to be cleaned up. So what we've done in the past is organize those trail cleanup days. You generally get 6 or 8 people out, kind of thing. Each family kind of grabs a trail, works their way around and gets them cleaned up, and then we can all kind of have a picnic lunch or whatever afterwards. And it's,
Yeah, he sent me over to do the trail on the right, and he took his kids to help him do the other trail on the left.
That's something we can definitely bring up at our next rec meeting next month is look into that if other
And if
people.
it's publicized, you might get more,
Yeah,
Yes.
more helpers.
Probably better to wait till about summer, just for multiple reasons, bugs,
I
ticks,
don't
all
know what
that.
time you're planning,
Mud.
the mountain bike thing, but you want.
That's not until October.
October.
That's not until October, so yeah, the best thing I think would be wait till closer to summertime too.
The height
Things
of
are
tick
really
season
bad
for
right now.
Right.
That's right.
And-
Tick season for best.
So,
Um,
yeah, Lyme disease.
But yeah, with and then the mud and everything else, instead of tearing up some of those trails, probably try to see if we can get a little bit of drier weather first.
That's a good idea.
Thank you.
If nothing else, like-
Eric, do you want to take that as part of the,
If it's not that, if it's another thing, or if it's part of that, I'd be happy to.
yeah, like Dave made a good point, it's
It's
gonna, be part of that, so.
If it's part of that, then sure.
And it's, yeah.
We can find a
We
team.
can get some people and,
Chainsaws, tools, I've got plenty to share.
good. Any questions for Rec?
You're welcome, Linda.
Anybody on Zoom got any questions? Okay,
Hands up.
what's that?
So
I don't see any,
hands
okay.
up.
Commissioners' action items, there's really not much. We didn't have any action items from the last meeting, and the only thing I've got pending out there is the growth, the vegetation growth on the roped off area, the swim area, and gotta figure out how we could, what's the best way to get rid of that, and we'll be working on that. Old business, any old business on the board here?
Just what you said about the website, it's imperfect at this point, but it's a working model and it works pretty good. If you see anything, please comment and let us know.
When I go to the site, it's still got the old format on the homepage. When I
That
go
might be
there,
something to do with like cookies or something.
Okay.
I don't know because
maybe it is.
That
So the
sounds like
homepage has been changed?
everything.
I'll have to re-enter everything. Okay, that's fine. It's probably a cookie. That's fine. Okay. Thank you.
Will the meeting minutes get put on there eventually?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, everything's going to be so much easier for us to add it going forward now. It's been a little difficult without Christie with that one computer in there. So this should get better now.
One of the other things I wanted to mention, because I think it'd be easy to do now, is if we take the meeting video and just put it as a link on the
can do that.
website.
We can do that, Facebook too,
There,
either or.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll go ahead and start doing that with this meeting.
Yeah.
Now it's out there.
Don't do it on TikTok.
Don't do it on TikTok, no. No.
When I can, whenever the video gets to me. And then I'll probably have to figure out the avenue of uploading it, but I'll get there.
Okay. Good. Any new business from the board? Eric, you got nothing?
Just that, I mean, she mentioned it, the idea of if we have that archery thing with the rack, and then I mentioned, if we're trying to make a day of it, we could bring in some food trucks and things of that nature. And I know I've generated a blanket base lease for such an idea. It's nothing we need to talk about or discuss. That's my one new business idea is if we could have a basic lease for renting the food trucks while we have events. That way it generates us more income. That's what I'm looking at.
Do we want to invite the committee chairs here to set up meeting for the town meeting? Set up a time and date? Because they're all here.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Just trying to think. Friday, we typically do that the Friday before, so this Friday, not the Friday before, the Friday.
It'll be the 22nd. Probably not the best day for me, but
No,
works for everybody else, we can do it.
We typically do it earlier.
Like Thursday?
Yeah, or either Wednesday or Thursday.
Let's do it Thursday, the 21st. That work?
That's Thursday, the 21st.
Yeah,
No.
Thursday, 21st.
Thursday, March 21st.
Okay, you said Wednesday, the 21st. I'm like, wait a
No,
minute.
he said
No, I
Wednesday.
said,
Oh,
he said
okay.
the 20, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
What time?
The planning board meeting that evening, so it'd have to be a morning
Oh, it'll
meeting.
be a morning probably,
Okay.
or left around lunch, whatever. So 21st, that work for the chairs of the committees? And if you can be there, be great. If you can't, we'll put you in a corner.
This is just to set up the lodge?
Yeah, just set up and run through procedures and that sort of thing.
yeah, why don't we do it first thing in the morning, say 9 o'clock mark?
Okay, set up.
9 a.m.
Something like that.
Yep, that works.
Had you set a date, for the warrant article reviews?
We've already reviewed those.
Oh. Was that posted anywhere online, or is it available to see, or?
I thought that was posted when we had the, but we can get that on there. I'll send it to you, Eric, and we can get them out there. Yeah. Right. Anything else from the public?
This is the end of the meeting.
It will be,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have one more thing.
Go ahead.
So in the interest of not breaking your first rule here on your rules of engagement and not addressing other public attendees, I will ask you this question. Commissioner Long, I got a handwritten note from your wife, Dottie Long, sent to my home, basically apologizing in an off kind of way, and saying that she was going to apologize to me in this meeting for calling me a nasty name in the last meeting, and that hasn't happened. Did she decide not to do that?
No, she was just about to raise her hand.
I raised my hand the same time you did. Is it my turn?
Yes, go ahead.
This is a copy of the letter that I sent you. And I'd like to read it. It says, "Dear Mary, I am apologizing for calling you a name at the last commissioners meeting and am embarrassed as this is not who I am or who I want to be. I was frustrated by your disrespect for my husband when you yelled out, 'Yes, you did,' when he was speaking on Zoom with Kristen and responded as any spouse would do when their husband is attacked by basically calling him a liar for a second time. You may not understand or appreciate how much time my husband spends on Mountain Lake's business, but I see it every day,
And to have you disrespect him was frustrating, to say the least, and I reacted to how I felt. I can imagine you might have responded similarly if you were in my situation at that moment. And I wrote that I also plan to apologize at the next commissioners meeting. So I said, I'm also saying I apologize to the commissioners and those who were on Zoom for the meeting for wasting everyone's precious time. I will try harder to live up to God's commandment to love your neighbor as yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diane.
Okay, can I respond to her apology? Please.
Good.
Johnny, I have always had.
All right, you got to address the board.
Okay, I've always had a lot of respect for your wife, and I continue to have respect for your wife, despite the fact that she called me a nasty name in the meeting. But I feel as though the apology it's flawed because it's got the caveat that I somehow lied about you, and I absolutely not have ever told one lie about you. That is slander. And so I want to go on record as saying anything I have ever said about you, I have something in writing to support.
Okay, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else from the public got anything? With that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion to adjourn at 7:08. 7:08.
Second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay.
All right, thank you all.
Your attachment down,
Yeah.
please.
I can.
Thank you.
Okay, I gotta get this on. To-do list.